Hello, my name is Olivia Wentz, and this is my online introduction. I did start this master's program as Olivia Lauer, but I have gotten married since then. Here's a little bit about me. I was a second grade teacher out in Southern Lancaster for 4 years. I taught all subjects. Now I'm a 5th grade teacher at Eastern York School District. I did get a job closer to home this summer. I teach in Wrightsville. I now just focus on science and social studies. The science part of it is perfect for this STEM master's that I'm doing, and this is the last course in my master's. Over here we see a picture of the Wrightsville Bridge that I took earlier this school year. I had the opportunity to take all 61 5th graders out in the Susquehanna River for a canoe-mobile day, and then we also learned about Pennsylvania wildlife that day as well. Some of my hobbies are gardening, camping, hiking, art, games, and I do love animals. My husband and I have many pets. Just some examples: we have a rescue African gray parrot, and we also have a ball python that I got in 5th grade. Here's some pictures of my husband and I on the left and the right when we were in Scotland this summer for our honeymoon, and then a picture of my mom and I in the woods in the center. So some possible topics. This is my main anxiety for this class, is finding a topic. I do teach science and social studies, and it does alternate every 6 weeks or so. So I'm not sure if it can be focused on just one of those things. I'd like it to be something that I can use for both. I thought maybe project-based learning. A lot of students are used to a lot of quizzing and testing and memorizing from previous grades, and I think that they are benefiting from some of my project-based learning. Maybe some collaborative learning for social studies and science. They do seem to like that as well. Maybe student engineering and student confidence. I haven't done much with student engineering, but it is a goal of mine for the future, especially with the steel standards coming. I also have thought about student reflection, problem solving, and we do use proficiency scales, which is a form of self-assessment, and I'm supposed to get more familiar with that, so maybe that could be a part of my topic. So for question 1, for the 4 stages of action research, which one do I think I'll have the most difficulty with? I think number 1, identify an area of focus. It's gonna probably take me a bit to figure out a great area of focus, and then I'll be able to focus on that one thing. I do enjoy collecting data. I do enjoy analyzing and interpreting data, and then developing an action plan. I'm not really afraid of those 3, but it's the first one, the first hurdle that I'm most concerned about. For daily teaching practices and obstacles, I do think that this quote is true from the reading. Good teachers have always systematically looked at the effects of their teaching on student learning. I do believe that's true, that novice teachers and also veteran teachers do think about their teaching either minute by minute or day by day, lesson by lesson. We're always adjusting everything that we're doing for our specific students. Every year is different. I haven't had a single thing I do one year be the same the next year. I do think that it's important to make action research a part of our daily teaching practices. I just think that we don't usually use that language, but I think we already do this, but not in such a formal way, and I look forward to doing it in a formal way. I think some obstacles that I see with this approach, at least for myself, and also looking at some of the obstacles within the chapter, I think that the time and energy investment will be difficult at first, but as long as I have myself focused on framing it as an investment, I think that'll be good. Also framing it as a systematic framework. When I first learned about all of it, I was overwhelmed, but it really is a process, and you just gotta trust in that process. Seeking available support. So I am new at my current school, and I do have a lot of support, but everyone's teaching a different subject, and everyone's very busy. But I do think that there are some colleagues I'll be able to discuss with and kind of brainstorm off of. I think some obstacles, more personal obstacles for me, will be having a clear vision, at least from the start, and a clear vision throughout, finding a focus for the start, finding a topic, and fear of not finding or doing anything important. I know that it's not like we're going to find something huge, but I do want to be able to make a difference with my project and with my students. And then for question 3, stories from the field, I read both stories. I did resonate with the story about the younger students, the 2 4th grade English language learner students. I resonated with the part of the story that talked about helping students become stronger readers. Every student's different, and I know when I taught literacy in 2nd grade, I was always worried about helping students become stronger readers. How will we help each student do that in their own way? I also resonated with the collaborative brainstorming. I didn't do a lot of collaborative brainstorming early on in my teaching career, but now I'm starting to do that more, which I love. I also thought about how they talked about how no matter what teacher, who you are, you probably make wrong assumptions about your students' learning, so it's important to not do that and reflect on that. I also like the part of that story about parent involvement, how the students worked with their small groups to create articles to send home to their parents about what they were learning in school. I think that's great to involve the parents in their learning, and it's also very rewarding for the parent-child relationship. Also focusing energy in a positive way. I think that was very important from the story, that each teacher was able to do that. And also the idea of using action research to shape and refine your teaching. I think that's my main goal for this. Since I am in my 5th year of teaching, I do want to see more growth within my teaching and really refine my skills. Any sort of concerns that I have conducting the action research project with my specific class, I just fear of being inconsistent. I know that we have a lot of snow days and different assemblies, and I'm just worried that certain schedule things will get in the way, or I'll worry about maybe out of all 3 classes I skipped one class doing something that I was supposed to for the research. So just really being consistent. Also any sort of loss of direction I'm worried about. I don't think that's necessarily going to occur, but that kind of came to mind because we're always hopping from topic to topic and science and social studies. A big concern is alternating between science and social studies. I do teach mostly science, but within the next week we're changing to social studies and talking about leading up to the Revolutionary War, so I was hoping to have this more centered around science, so that is a concern. And I also teach 3 classes now. When I taught 2nd grade, it was just a class of 20, 23 kids, and now I'm teaching all 3 classes, so I have 61 students. I saw within the other action research studies within the other papers and the other readings, they did have like 40 students, 50 students, 60 students, so I believe that I'd be able to do this with all 3 classes, hopefully. I did put this last slide in. It is my birthday today, and we had a remote learning day. This is my first time with the district that has a remote learning day. It didn't last the entire day, so we had plenty of time with sunlight with my dog and my cat looking outside at the birds. And my dog, this was her first real big snow, and she just had a blast. So that's my dog Junie, and then our cat Limmy looking at our birds outside. Since my husband's a birder, like he was doing in the picture earlier in the Scotland photo with his binoculars, he does feed the backyard birds a lot, so he was sure to go out there and sprinkle that bird seed. So our cats are enjoying that right now. I can't wait to watch your videos, and I hope you have a great night. Thank you.